Morning all, welcome back to Ollie's Digger Diary. It's just after 9 o'clock. I've just driven over that way to go and rob some parts off a digger, but parts are different that I wanted to rob, so never mind. Oh yeah, I've got my Develon sign up. Looks good, doesn't it? Just need to get the wiring sorted out for the plug. I've also got myself some nice lights under there. Doesn't that look snazzy? Change colours and everything. I had a weak moment. I was buying some bits and pieces off Amazon, and I said to myself, they're only, what was it, £4.80 for that metre length of LED strip light. I thought that's gonna look cool, so there we go. Right, let's go. Right, here's one for all you red and grey fans. Steel wrist on as well, look. We're just looking over this for a Lola certificate so it can go to a job. So what we look for on Lola certificates, it's like an MOT on a car. We want to make sure that things like this are all present and correct. We want to check around all the welds, make sure all the welds are looking good, there's no cracks anywhere. Thankfully this machine is, I'm sure you'll all agree, pretty tidy. Check all the lights work, the horns work, etc. The operator book must be present. He's just fetching that through just now. Yeah, just a general look over, make sure there's no pipes about to blow off in anybody's face. Just a general inspection. Things like that, lifting eyes, make sure that's working, and then we'll run it off. We'll drop the bucket off the hitch, make sure the hitch works as it should. But yeah, make sure the mirrors are here, the horn works, you know what I mean. Right, I've had a quick look over both machines. Both, well, as you can see, they're both immaculate. This is a beauty, this one. I know I'm biased slightly, but this is a 140LC, no emissions at all. Look, the back is flat, all that's under that cover there is a muffler. Big 6-cylinder engine on a steel wrist, absolute peach. The only thing it wants is a, and he's going to hate me for saying this because I know he watches my videos, but a bit of polish. Oil leak, DX210. I still haven't had a phone call yet about my trap tensioner, which is a little concerning. It's 11 o'clock now, so it's not looking good. Either that or it's looking like a late finish. Right, I'm here. There's a health and safety audit going on. I'm going to have a tactical lunch break because I'm going to climb up on that boom in a minute. Shh. What they don't see won't hurt them, won't it? So it's looking like, I'll come around this side where the sunshine isn't. Oh no, the spill mat's in the way, but I'll show you on the top of the ramp. See that split there? The oil's coming out of there on the bottom is what it looks like. I've just dried it off now, so we'll run the machine nice and hot and just verify that. But that ain't a 5-minute fix, is it? Right, he's going to work that ram in and out for 5 minutes. I've dried it all off. We'll verify that it is coming out of that gap. That's a pain, that really is. I'll show you my little black book, right? I'll show you my little black book of my jobs to do. Hang on. That is each day. That's yesterday, today, tomorrow, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday's now booked. Saturday's booked. Monday after Saturday's booked. I've got a lot on. It's not normal. I don't normally have to write stuff down to remember stuff. Normally I'm working sort of 2, 3, 4 days in front of myself, but I've had to start writing stuff down because I was starting to forget. Where I'm going to find time to fit that RAM, I don't know. So yeah, might be a HQ job that, come out and fire a RAM on this, or strip it down and reseal it, whatever they want to do. They'll probably pull a RAM off a new machine, because this machine's fresh out the packet, it's only done 40 odd hours. So they'll probably just pull a RAM off a new machine, fit that, and then reseal that one and put it on another digger. Probably the course of action, if it is leaking from there. We shall see. Right, he's been working it for 15 minutes or so. This ram's lovely and warm. It's leaking out there, does seal up there. The reason for that is, don't know how well you'll be able to see, but see that there? That's an imperfection. Another one there. And if you look closely at the ram, this whole chrome is dotted with these nicks that you can get your fingernail into. That one there in particular is quite sharp. So it's this chrome's imperfections that's causing the seals to weep, I think. Yes. Right, now I get to go and make phone calls, because yeah, like I say, the easiest thing to do would be to whip one off a new machine and fly up here and swap it out. There's a 160 high track over there, so that can be used to lift it in and out. Yeah, that is a real shame, that. It is. Right, phone the boss man, tell him what the score is. There's my digger up ahead. The parts man with the tensioner is the other side of that hill. So I'm just going to wait here, because he's not familiar with the area. He's phoned us. The Google Maps was trying to get him to drive over that. So I've given him directions. He should be coming up this road in the next 10-15 minutes. Hopefully. So I'll just sit here and enjoy the view, or the weather. Probably the weather. There goes my express parts delivery. We've opened the box just to make sure everything is present and correct, bar the grease valves which I've got in the back of my van. So if you missed the video where I came and had a look at this, basically tracks came off up there, and this, I don't know whether it came out and he'd spotted it was bent, so he just limped it off the hillside, or what, I don't know. The driver wasn't here when I visited it. It was the kind of manager that came, and we assessed the job. So the problem is, you can see it there really, that it's bent about here. And explained in the previous video, we're going to fit a whole new tensioner assembly, because to change this piece in here, we need to take this off, take this all the way back to Castle Douglas. So there's mileage, time to do that. Then by the time we've bought this new bit here, put this in a press, which I said in the previous video, I don't think we tend to try and accommodate people for doing that kind of work, because it's so dangerous. This is like the tension on this spring is unreal. It's not like a car spring where you can just point it out the workshop door and put a rattle gun on the nut on the end here and hope for the best. I've heard of these going through workshop roofs before. So long and short of it is, it's safer, quicker, cheaper just to get this whole bit, 4 bolts off here, swap it onto the new one, slide it back into there, and then the fun begins. Putting this on with the grousing pads on too. the grousing pads on it won't slide particularly well, I don't think. But like I say, I've said it before and I'll say it again, when you're putting tracks back on machines, the key is to get it on the top rollers. Start it on the sprocket, pull it tight with the chains if you can, and it's gonna be a... Oh, look at that, I've just looked. My parts man is literally just about to overtake. There's a pickup just in front of that. He's the man that's going to sit on the seat for me. Marvellous, everything's coming together lovely. I think he was wanting to be here a bit sooner than me to dig these tracks out, but in all honesty, by the time I've taken that idler off there, swapped it onto this, he'll be out his pickup, he'll have his gloves and his spade, and he'll dig that track frame out, just to make life a bit easy, you know what I mean? Right, I've got the new tensioner on. Got this, perfectly safe. This screws into here and that should lift it perfectly level. Should, we'll see. But we'll screw this in and we'll lift it into there, and then just before it goes into there, we'll unscrew this out and it should just slide the rest of the way. What I'm hoping. I just need to put a big heavy bar into here and just dog these down. I've only rattled them up with the gun. Did use me 1/2 inch Milwaukee, so I better won't move them, but something like that. I'll use me 3/4 bar. Something like that going into there. You want that to be tight, you don't want any broken bolts in there, do you? I have to at home. So all I need to do now is in here. I need to put the, can't show you because I'm on this phone holder thing, but I need to put these valves in, and then the bracket that keeps the valve is repairable. So I'm going to straighten that up in the back of the van in a sec, and then we can put the track on. Okay, so my idler is in position. What we're going to do is we're going to grab hold of that ditching bucket. I'm going to set it there upside down. I'm going to track the machine and sit the machine on top of it. We've got a big heavy 1 inch belly plate underneath there. So we're going to sit the machine on top of the ditching bucket. That makes this track frame, that'll keep that track frame up off the ground. Then we're gonna, wrong direction out, we're gonna put that bucket onto the hitch, and we're gonna use them nice long teeth to just scoop the track, try and hook it over the sprocket. That's the plan. Normally in forestry, we just gather up a load of logs and sit the machine on the logs, but logs around here, believe it or not, few and far between. They've done a good job of extracting them. So that's how we do it in the woods anyway. It'd be different on a building site, I suppose. I suppose on a building site, chances are there'll be another machine or a forklift to give you a hand, but when you've just got one machine, this is how we do. Quick update, this is torture. It's where we're at so far. It's really frustrating. We literally had it so the track pad was sitting on there, and It fell off. The whole thing fell off. Yeah, I'm not really documenting this very well. It's so annoying. We were so disheartened when it fell off just there. We were literally 20 minutes away from the finish line. We had it on there. All I needed to do was come out with the bucket, flick it up onto the front top roller, lift the machine up, the chain would fall underneath the carriage, pump up, away. Let me know in the comments, how do you do it? I'll try and understand it if you write it down, but it's so difficult. That is track on. we didn't do that, by the way. That was already like that. Definitely did that. What a performance that has been. Right, I'll get my grease gun out, fill it with grease and go home. It's 6 o'clock now. So yeah, tensioner was in by 3:30. Where's that off to? Tensioner was in by 3:30 and it's taken that long to do. That's the nature of it, isn't it? Bye bye, digger. Bye bye. That's been an ordeal, that. Oh god, we were so gutted when the track just fell off. We were literally 5 minutes away from putting grease back into it. Oh man. Anyway, sitting it up on that bucket was a good job, to be fair. So there's a top tip. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. What am I doing tomorrow? Back at that 380 tomorrow, doing a bit of a refurb service job on it. Might have a 140 to go to in the morning too. I've not been answering the phone since about 3 o'clock. I've had no patience for anybody or anything. Right, see you in the morning. It's a different day today, isn't it? God. Couldn't have a look at that shovel. It's got problems with the... What is the problem, Al? Return to dig isn't working. And there's a couple of engine lights on it apparently. I used to come in here all the time. I used to look after that shovel while it was under warranty for the first 6,000 hours. I think I serviced it up to 7. 2019 machine, it's done 12,000 hours now, still going strong. Fella on the seat's a lovely fella and all. Yeah, so it's a blast from the past coming in here. I've been in here for about, I reckon 2 years or so now. Maybe 18 months. I think I called in to give him a hand with something. Anyway, there is a bit of a workshop. Normally what I do is I just make myself known by sitting here for a little bit, and then he trundles off to the workshop for us, so I'll maybe go and run around to the workshop. Look at this rain. Well, pleased we've got that shovel in there anyway. Unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it was beautiful yesterday, would you? Yes. Anyway, both jobs are inside today, thankfully. Right, this has got a lot of problems, so I'll show you through them now. Right, first problem is the AdBlue unit, SCI unit isn't talking to the ECU. That's what I'm doing with the scanner tool, having a look at it. Second problem is the boom return, or the joystick is basically holding in position. So on these machines it's a pilot operated controls, like on a digger, and to return to dig, there's a magnet, there's a magnet. So when you lift it up to your predetermined height, The magnet holds the joystick until that potentiometer there reaches the point that you've preset, and then it just lets go of the joystick like that. But it's, obviously the magnets seem to be permanently live for some reason, and I've got it switched off down there. I'll take this off and have a look. Right, I've been here a little while now and I'm discovering more and more problems. So, joystick fault, so far I've got it down to the button here to do the bucket leveling isn't working. So that's the bucket leveling fault. Also, this joystick occasionally goes dead solid. I've got a problem in here, I think, because it's just been changed out about 2 months ago. Engine management light I'm just done with looking at now. Transmission oil leak is down here. Transmission oil leak is the output shaft from the transmission. You can see leaking. Got an exhaust leak on this EGR pipe here. Another thing that needs sorting, because you can see everything's all black with soot. So my ECU to me AdBlue pump isn't talking on my AdBlue controller. So the ECU gives the controller power. So I've got battery power 24 volts. I've got key on power 24 volts. I've got an earth. I've got 120 ohms that way, which is that resistor, but I've got 104 ohms that way, which is the resistor in the ECU. I've got 2.7 volts on the can high, 2.2 volts on the can low. So yeah, can high there. 2.7, 2.2. The only thing that's making me, I think it's the AdBlue pump personally, but if I go and knock the isolator off and check the resistances. Right, this plug here is the can line out. I've got 114 ohm resistance there. At the other end I've got 114 ohms, so that's fine. In the cab I've got 60 ohms with everything all plugged in, so that's fine. 2.7 volts on can high, 2.2 volts on can low. So to me, it's got to be that controller down there packed in. That's my honest opinion. So yeah, good, right. Put all this back together and then I'll go back in the cab and continue on with my bucket leveling fault. Okay, so we're all back together. I need to go and price up a load of parts for this machine now. We need a joystick, we need a AdBlue controller, we need a bit of flexi pipe for in there, and we need a seal for the back of the transmission. A lot of work to do with this machine, labour wise. Yes, right, I'll pack up now, have some lunch. It's 1:15. Next job's only 10 minutes away. There's a fair bit of work to do on it. DX210, do you remember that one? Doesn't have a scan your engine. Right, just been talking to a fella there and it sounds as though I'm going to be picking up the maintenance and servicing of that machine again. So that's good, I suppose, for somebody anyway. Just another shovel that I need to look after. Yeah, I've got to price support bits. Bad to judging it labour wise. Judging, you know, pricing a job's difficult with labour because all it takes is a broken bolt and you've lost 3 hours. So I don't really like pricing jobs. I just prefer to price the parts, and that's the only certainty, isn't it? The price of the parts. So, yeah. Okay, let's go and tidy this 380 up a bit, shall we?